Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my fellow believers, my brothers and sisters in Christ. Guys, let's get it going. How are you doing? Welcome back to the Badlands. Look how beautiful that looks with that sunset. Come on, guys. We said we're coming a bit earlier. I actually just did a photo shoot with my wife. She is over there. I don't think she can hear me right now. And yeah, maybe she'll cameo on the channel. Maybe she'll come say hey. Taking a photo shoot for her third trimester pregnancy, and yeah, we're here at the Badlands, guys. So it is both the Badlands, but it's also the beautiful lands because it is quite cinematic. So anyways, in today's video, I felt very compelled to speak on something that might ruffle some feathers. I'll be honest, I think every video, I really believe every video should, not because we're ever looking for controversy or we want to like stir up strife. It's actually a sin, guys. We should not stir up strife. This is actually why we don't even really want to engage in like just frivolous debates and arguments. And I learned that the hard way. You know, our goal is to evangelize and disciple, but we're not called to waste time on just mindless, trivial things. So in today's video, guys, I believe I titled it, and I say this with all sensitivity and respect because I've been here, man. We've all been here. I believe I titled it, "Do Not Trust a Man Who Is in Love or Who Prioritizes His Woman." And this is going to sound very backwards in today's egalitarian society that promotes feminism, that promotes, you know, women are the head of the household, that promotes, you know, men are really just kind of like beast of burdens, which is true. As men, we are called to toil. That's our curse, guys, right? And not in a bad way, but as men, we are going to toil. We're going to work from the sweat of our brow. It's in Genesis. That's okay, guys. Woman's curse is actually she's going to want to usurp authority over man. So isn't that so funny, guys? Like if we just go back to our root biology, and I mean back in Genesis, what are both of our curses? Our wife is going to naturally want to usurp authority, right? To want to have that dominion, which God's not going to allow. And the husband is going to want to be lazy, passive, and really effeminate, idolize her, right? That's really what this video is about. And the reason I titled it, "Do Not Trust a Man Who Prioritizes His Wife," is if you are friends, or I'll just be brutally honest with you guys, you need to be very careful being in proximity with a man who keeps his wife or his woman over his mission. And let's even hit this from a very secular perspective, guys. How many of you guys, back when you're born again, or maybe not born again, and again, we've all done this, I've done this, so I'm not saying like I'm any better, right? How many of us have really been on our mission? We've been, maybe you were on NoFap, or, you know, I'll be honest with you, let's go deeper, right? You held these like very conservative beliefs, right? Very conservative Christian beliefs, or you were really kind of like unbroken or unshaken, much more just biblical, right? For lack of better terms. Maybe you were really on your diet, you were, you held steadfast, right? And then you got a girlfriend, right? Or then something happened, right? Or to many Christian men, you get married and your wife now rules over you. And I need to make this so clear to you guys. This is a very, very, very subtle thing. And I'm rebuking the women too for this, guys. Like I said back in Genesis, it is very subtle that your wife or your girlfriend, which again, we don't date as Christians. So if you're already like dating and this is happening, like you've got bigger problems, dude. Make no mistake, guys, your wife or your woman or women in general will try. And I'm not saying they're doing this even consciously. Like I'm not saying they're doing this because they're demons or no, not at all. We have our own shortcomings, right? As men, we do too. As men, our shortcoming is effeminacy, is not calling this out. That's why I'm encouraging you guys to fight back on that. Your woman subconsciously will want to rule over you. And you know what, let's just actually, because I think some of you guys think I make this stuff up. Let's go back to Genesis. Yeah, there we go, guys. Genesis 3:16. And to the woman he said, right? This is after they've woken up, right? They've eaten the fruit. To the woman he said, "I will greatly multiply your sorrow and your conception," right? "In pain you shall bring forth children." Here we go, guys. "Your desire shall be for your husband, and he shall rule over you." That desire, right, for the husband, that's not necessarily a sexual desire. It's a desire to want to control, right, to be over. It is a very subtle thing, and I fully blame the men for allowing that to happen. You know, for you men out there, what you guys need to understand is it is very subtle, and I really want you to examine yourself. Paul exhorts us to examine ourselves. Are you neglecting things? Are you letting certain things slip? As a man, right, we're called to be the spiritual providers and protectors. And you know what, guys? Let's keep it a buck with you. A big part of that is in saying what? No. A big part of that is in having boundary. And a lot of times, guys, it's boundary so we don't make a mistake as a man. right? Let's just go deep. If you have a mission, you know you have to work. You know you have that YouTube channel. You know you're called to evangelize. I'll just give you an example, right? And even my wife does this sometimes. And again, they don't. It's just their female nature at times. Okay, we don't blame them. But maybe we got to go to the gym and it's late, right? And maybe she just wants to cuddle. Maybe she is real tired and she just wants to be with you. As a man, what do we have to say? We have to say no, and we got to get our butt to the gym. As men, we need to, guys, this is really just preparing you guys for marriage or fatherhood. Like, I got a kid coming in like less than 3 months. I need to let you guys know that society, I truly believe that if society does not view you as the man in modern terminology as like a bigot or a misogynist or too controlling or too extreme or, oh, he's mean. If society does not view you that way, I believe more times than not, you failed as a man. You're a woman. Women, feminism, matriarchy, egalitarianism has ruled you. You guys need to understand this too. This goes beyond just your wife or your woman. This could be your mother-in-law. This could be your mother. This could be your sister. This could be like maybe coworkers. I don't know what it is, but we're gonna relate it just to predominantly to your wife here, because we don't have authority over our coworkers and stuff, right? That's not what I'm saying. But make no mistake, guys, society as a man, and it's already doing this from the day you're born, will try to castrate you. And the only epistemic foundation we have as Christian men to fight back against that is the Bible. If you remove, and that's why secularism doesn't work. That's why everyone in secularism literally is gay. Like transgenderism is so high, abortion, LGBT, the effeminacy rate within seculars is like extremely high, but that's normal. Like with Christian men, that should not be the case. Effeminacy in a Christian man is an oxymoron. It doesn't go hand in hand. So if you're part of a megachurch or any church or your group of friends and this man is not standing firm, saying no, building himself, I would really argue either A, he's not a Christian, or B, he's being a very disobedient Christian, right? Guys, you need to understand this, and I'm really just trying to get you guys ready as men, as I learned this myself. You are going to be an enemy of the world. And I don't necessarily mean, guys, you're going to be getting like blatantly persecuted and like beaten up. No, but it's going to be in subtleties, man. You want to homeschool your kids? Oh, that's kind of weird. You're going to give a natural home birth? Oh, I don't think I would do that. You're going to, you provide for your wife and she's a stay-at-home mom. That's real oppressive. You're going to start getting these subtle things thrown at you. And I'm not saying this to any one person. This is just in general, guys. Jesus says, Matthew 5:11, blessed are you when you are persecuted, lied, reviled for my name's sake, for your reward in heaven is great. And John, he says, you will be, right? So I guess this video, I really don't know what I titled it, but I really do feel this heavy on me to get you guys ready for this. Like, you as men, you need to understand that the devil owns the fence. You choose this day in whom you're going to serve. Get ready, man. If you're a child of God, put on your spiritual armor, dude. Get ready to be set apart and to look very weird to the world, and just own it, man. That's the best way I can explain it. I really feel compelled to speak more on this, as my wife and I are very, like, I got a based wife, man. She's probably more like, like even like conservative with the stuff, with like the, home taking, homeschooling, all that stuff than I am. I've learned a lot through her with like, we're giving natural childbirth at home, how corrupt the hospital system is, in most cases, right? The education system, I think you guys know that. A lot of stuff, man. The amount of like vaccines they give to babies and kids, like there's a lot of stuff. And I'll just tell you guys this, when you stand firm on that, and again, as the man, it's going to come down to your authority. Like, I'll tell you what, guys, this is a side tangent, but if your wife is more based than you, as in like she's the one that wants to do all these things and like you're too afraid as the man, you got some work to do, man. You got some work to do. I'm all for all of this, and ultimately I give the A-OK, right? Homeschooled. As men, you should be the sole provider, especially if your woman is pregnant. If she's not pregnant yet, I understand. Maybe you guys have got to pay off debts. Okay, she can have like a part-time job. But man, if she's pregnant, especially if she has kids, if your woman is out working, I might make a separate video on this, but I truly believe, and I say this with all respect and exhortation, I really think you're failing as a husband. Women are not supposed to work outside the house. They can if they want to, but look at where that's gotten us. Are you guys beginning to see the full picture with this? What is that then doing? Usurping authority over men. Because now when she brings home the bacon and you don't, why does she even need you? Like, honestly, what's the point of her being with you now? And I'm not even saying she's a bad woman for doing that, but it's the subtle feminist agenda. You guys know one of the biggest signs of divorce is that the wife out-earns the man? Search it up. It's one of the biggest signs of divorce. It's all an attack, guys, on the nuclear family, on biblical order, on Jesus, ultimately. And I'll be honest with you guys, I really think going into this this chapter with you guys, your fatherhood and everything, I really want to speak up on this, not because I guess I want to change content, but God's really been putting that heavy on me as of late, guys, you know, and I don't see a lot of men doing this. I'll be honest with you guys. We're in a family compound. You really want to try to get away from the government as much as you can. And that doesn't mean we don't use the government, because the government protects us. That's the whole reason for institutionalized government, guys. Government is good. That's biblical, right? That's fine. We're not anti-government, but you do need to be self-sustaining as far as questioning when you use them and when you don't. Do you understand? Because I'll tell you guys, you know, there's a lot of fishy stuff out there, and you just got to be ready as a man. And I'm saying this to you as men because you guys are the spiritual authority, right? So it's so funny, guys, because like I initially think of one topic with this, but then I think of another one, right? So I don't know what I titled this video, but as men, man, at the end of the day, guys, I'm going to tell you guys this: you either fear God or you fear man. And if I go deeper in that, it really means you fear God, or for the majority of you guys, you fear women. Because most men are actually pretty based. Most men, like if you tell them, yeah, I'm going to homeschool my child, or my wife's going to, she's a stay-at-home mom and she's going to take care of the home, the vast majority of men with a proper thinking head and nutsack will be like, yeah, amen, bro. It's usually the women that are going to be like, that's bigoted, that's misogynist. And if you cannot control your own household, have order and dominion over that, being your wife and your family, what makes you think you're going to be able to withstand those subtle attacks or overt attacks from people outwardly? So I'm just telling you guys, it really does start within your home. As men, we are the spiritual leaders. We protect, we provide. That is creating boundary, that is creating order. And if you cannot do that because you're too afraid of your wife, or you're too afraid of society, or you're too afraid of like coming off as mean, even though ironically it is the most loving thing to do, and my wife can attest to it, it creates the best fruit in the entire world. Like, guys, it's always blown my mind. I'll kind of wrap it up here, but like people think, and thankfully my wife is super based, like people will say like, oh, keeping your wife at home as a stay-at-home mom, that's oppressive. My wife loves it. She's so funny. She's like, yeah, I would hate to work a 9 to 5. She didn't even want to work a 9 to 5. Women do not want to work 9 to 5. What woman wakes up and is like, yep, I want to slave at the corporate job today for 8 hours and rot all my eggs and, you know, be miserable and then get on antidepressant? They don't, guys, but it's a psyop. And yeah, so this video is kind of a multitude of places. Find yourself a based wife, guys. Really set that direction. And a lot of it, guys, is you stepping up as the man, because by you taking on more, yes, working potentially even 2 to 3 jobs, guys, doing what you know to set the frame, being uncomfortable, being that self-sacrificial lamb, just like Jesus was to us. In Ephesians, it says, for husbands are called to what? Lay down our lives for our wives. When you do that, man, with great power comes great responsibility. You need to keep that house in order. And by keeping your house in order, you're able to combat or fight back against the satanic, worldly agenda. So guys, hopefully that makes sense. That's the end of this video. I do not know what I titled it. And yeah, I love you guys. Thank you so much. Have an amazing day. Please do be very careful hanging around with guys who prioritize their wife and her emotions and feelings over what God is telling them to do. Because if he's doing that, what makes you think that like he's not going to backstab you? What makes you think that he's not going to put her over anything else? Like if a man is that easy to like throw God under the bus, what other areas of his life do you think will eventually follow? If a man's house is out of order, what does that tell you? You really think he's going to have your best interest when push comes to shove? Hey man, when we get captured, you're going to know who's going to be the one that's going to squeal and who's going to endure it. Okay, I'll just tell you guys that. And it all starts with a man and his level of order within the house. If that's out of order, man, you have bigger problems in your hands. All right, it's a good quote Jordan Peterson would always say, not that he's Christian or I watch him, but he would always reference, you know, start by making your bed, right? I think the symbolism with that is just start with where you're at inside your own home. Have that in order, which, hey man, I'm not perfect, but I'll tell you guys what, I'm doing a damn well good job. I ain't perfect, but I'm doing a damn well good job. And, you know, maybe if you guys want my wife, she's making stories right now on Instagram. She's literally lying in a little blanket, did a little photo shoot for her. She's like a little pixie wearing a little dress, man, a little flower girl. And that comes because you as the man are able to create order and boundary and love and protection. And my friend, if you think that that's bigoted or misogynistic or too hard, then Like, just what a failure as a man, dude. Like, dude, we just need to be taught what it means to be men. And I'm learning this just as you guys are too, because it is such a beautiful privilege to be able to suffer, or to be able to provide and to grow and to hold space or frame for those around you. And it's something that is, of course, new to me, as I've only been married for a year. I have a kid on the way, but it's awesome, guys. And unfortunately, I see so many men literally castrated by their wives in society. And it's why we have so many satanic agendas here to begin with, because of Adam's curse back in Genesis, right? Being passive and allowing his woman to eat the fruit, right? It's our fault, guys. You guys give me crap for putting the blame back on us, but who did God go to after they both did it? Did he go to Eve, or did he go to Adam? He went to Adam. So man up, quit complaining, and let's just bear it, dude. Let's just bear it, right? It's gonna happen either way, so you might as well bear it, all right? So thank you guys, have an amazing day. I don't know what I titled this, but hopefully it helps. I'll check you guys next time. This is said with love, and I really appreciate and have your best interest as men, trust me, because I'm in the same boat with you guys. And this is such a beautiful, beautiful responsibility. It's not a bad thing. This is a beautiful thing, and I'm just so blessed to be a man, and you guys are so blessed to have that privilege of bearing that cross. But you can either let it kill you, or you can pick it back up, all right? If you guys enjoyed today's video, give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe. As always, there is men's coaching. If you guys are interested, you want to work with me down below, or you can gift into the ministry. Thank you. Have an amazing day. I got to get home now. It's going to get dark, and we'll check you guys next time. Till then, much love. Peace.